everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Shiny from Glamlicious India. Hope all of you are doing great. Now today's video, as you have already guessed from the title, I'm going to talk to you about the HUDA beauty products. Now if you are not living under a rock, I'm pretty sure you already know that NYKAA is launching HUDA Beauty on their online store. So we are going to get access to authentic HUDA Beauty on NYKAA.com, and that is releasing on the 19th of January. So we just do not have time. We need to plan our budget, we need to plan what we need to buy, and we need to get that rolling. So since if you know me a little bit, you already know that I love HUDA Beauty products and I have been hauling them for quite some time now. So I have a bunch of products which I want to talk to you about, and I want to let you know what or not you should be buying from HUDA Beauty. So first of all, HUDA came out with lashes. So lashes and the lash glue is the very first thing I think which HUDA came out with. No doubt the lashes are wonderful. They are fluttery, they're proper mink lashes and they look beautiful on the eyes, but they are really costly. Like I think they are $18 per pair, and when it is shipped to India, the price goes up to like $1,800, $1,600 for a pair of lashes, which is pretty too much for me. So I have completely skipped buying a lash. There are good companies such as PAC and Glamour Beauty, Kingdom of Lashes, and other Indian brands who make really good eyelashes, and I think I would not waste like 1,800 bucks on eyelashes, so I have completely skipped that. Next, HUDA came out with lip contours. What lip contours are, they are basically lip pencils which you can use to draw the outline of your lips as well as fill them inside to make your lips look fuller and nicer. Like this was a lip pencil but can be used as a lipstick. I got with the shade Famous. I'll show you one swatch. This is a deep burgundy kind of a shade. This is a very famous shade of HUDA Beauty and it's called Famous. This is a deep plum burgundy shade and I have it in this shade. This also retails for $18. Now that HUDA has come out with lipsticks and some more lip products already, I'm not very sure if you would really need to buy this. I don't know how much NYKAA would retail it for, but it would be something around $1,800, $1,500, $1,600, something like that. I'm not very sure what exactly would be the price, but it would not be less than $1,500. Now you might think twice before spending on a lip pencil, like that much on a lip pencil. You know, I did buy this before they launched their lipsticks, so that was why I bought it. But if you are fond of lip pencils, you might go ahead and buy it, but you know, you can skip it for now. Next, she launched lip products. So I have 6 of them. I really like the first color range they came out with. I have some nude, some dark colors, the proper red and all that. So I am wearing the shade Icon on my lips and I really love the nude shade of this. It does not wash me out, but it leaves a very beautiful tint to the lips. It's like a rosy nude and I completely love the color. So I have 6 of them. I'm going to swatch them on my hands for you to see. The first one is called Vixen. This is a dark chocolate color. So a proper dark chocolate. This looks very good on darker skin tones, on skin tones lighter than me, and my skin tone, like I'm of the medium skin tone. So if you're fairer than me or you're darker than me, this would suit your skin very well. Next we have the shade Famous. So that was the one which I had in the lip liner. This is basically a deep dark burgundy plum shade. This is also a very nice shade and a signature shade of HUDA Beauty, so I would highly recommend this shade to you. The next shade I have is called Material Girl. This is a deep dark purple. This is also a very pretty color, but you might find this color in other reasonable brands, so I'm not very sure if you would need that color. Next is this color called Trends Heartbreaker, and this is a beautiful, perfect red. This is a correct combination of warm and cool. So this is neither too cool nor too warm, somewhere in between, but I really like this color. It flatters the Indian skin tone a lot. Next I have the shade Icon, which I was talking about. This is basically a rosy nude, very good on my skin tone. For people darker than me, it might wash you out, but still it is a very pretty nude. The next shade I have is called Trophy Wife. This is also a very famous shade of Huda. So this is basically a dusty rose kind of a color with a pink undertone. So this is also a very famous signature shade. Another shade which I would recommend to you is Trendsetter. For people with my skin tone or lighter, or maybe 1 or 2 shades darker than me, will completely rock the shade Trendsetter. I really have that in my mind. So let me see the price range and I might buy Trendsetter for me. Next, Huda came out with a palette which went raving all over the internet, and this is the Rose Gold palette. Everyone had mixed thoughts. Some were like, I completely hate it, and some were like, I completely love it. Fortunately, I am from the I completely love it. So I absolutely adore this palette. I have used and abused it so much. I have been using this for over a year. I bought it for 5500 Indian rupees. It retails for $65. It's pretty costly, but the quality is absolutely stunning. So if you are looking for a palette which is versatile, which you can use if you are a makeup artist and you're looking for a good palette for your bridal days, this is something which I recommend. This is something which I use for my brides. This is a wonderful palette. I shall swatch 1 or 2 shades for you. You see how pigmented it is. The mattes are wonderful. The glitters are also wonderful. So I'm going to swatch all of that for you. So as you can see, they are very pigmented, very easy to work with. I completely love this palette and I would recommend this one to you. Now again, keeping in mind your budget, this is quite on the high end. Like I already said, this is like $65. I don't know how much NYKAA would charge, but this it is a very costly, kind of a palette. But still, if you are looking to buy a palette and you are looking for recommendations like if or not you should buy, from me it's a complete yes. Huda also launched the highlighter palette, and that also went raving all through the internet, and I have that as well. Do you see the packaging like that and that? Yeah, so that's basically a 3D highlight palette. So she had a 3D highlight kind of an idea where she has a cream one. So this is basically a cream highlight. Like you basically put this beneath to create the base. Like this should be the base. You will go blinding, so mind it. This is the base, and then you can put on top of that is the highlighter, which is like this. Do you see that glow? Then you can use this shade as a cheek topper, and this shade, this is a bronze one, as a bronze topper. And this is going to create that 3D highlight on your face. So that's what is the intention of this palette. I completely love it, but this is too blinding for a regular use. So if you're looking for a highlighter for regular use, this is not the one. This is very blinding and very highlighting. I actually like it. There are people who are dicey about this. There are people who do not like this. But for me, I completely like it. I like the shine it gives to my face. I like a very vibrant, brilliant highlight at times, not always. So if you are someone who likes blending highlight, you know how to blend your things. Like you need a lot of blending when you're talking about Huda highlight, because you basically are layering a powder product on top of a cream product. So it is a little difficult when you're blending. So you need to use your fingers and brushes properly to get this in place. So once that is sorted, once it is in place, girl, you are shining to the stars. So this was also retailing for $45, I believe, little on the higher end. I do not know how much it would retail here in India. I got this from Now and Wow Chennai. That's also an Instagram page who retails authentic makeup. Next, Huda came out with lip strobes. So when the internet went mad about lip glosses all of a sudden, Huda came out with lip strobes, and I have the shade Snobby. I have the mini one, but nevertheless I completely love the formula. It's very glossy. I'm going to apply this for you just so that you can see how it looks on the lips. As you can see that it has a lot of glitter in it, a lot of glitter. This shade has intense glitter in it. This is in the shade Snobby, and it looks so pretty on top of this shade. This is Icon and Snobby together. I completely love it. Do let me know if you like the combination as well. Now these are just lip glosses. The formula is little sticky, but nothing crazy. So I really like it, but I got it in the mini size because I'm not a lip gloss fan. If you are a lip gloss fan, you can try out the lip strobes. These are also $18. I don't know how much NYKAA would charge, but this is something. If you're not a person who would like to spend so much on lip gloss, you can completely skip it. But yes, it has a lot of glitter in it. The formula is really nice. It's not very sticky. It feels a little heavy, but nothing, and it's nothing too crazy, and something which you have to buy. You can skip it, you might not skip it. You know, it's completely up to you. I have it and I really like it. They also came out with sets, lipstick sets. You might want to buy those lipstick sets. If you don't want to buy the whole package, you can buy those 4 mini sets, and that's really cheap considering the price that you get to try 4 shades, and you get to try the formula and all that. And you know, if you have a lot of lipsticks, you might not complete any of them, so you can try those mini lip sets. I do not have any of them. I got the lip gloss in the newest Sephora favorites package, so that is why I have this. Otherwise I don't have those mini sets, but yes, you can try them out. Next, Huda Beauty came out with this. This is the Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette. If you know, this also was a very raved about product. This is how the inside looks like. It looks so classy, so beautiful. And when you open this, oh my god, this is also a very pretty eyeshadow palette. The great part is this mirror. It comes with this beautiful mirror. The last palette didn't have a mirror, so they have installed a mirror in this, and it still costs $65. It's not cheap, but again, I'm happy that they didn't increase the price. There are some favorites from this palette, as in I want to tell you why I bought this palette. You might think that I already have a lot of palettes which are similar, or for which I might not have spent that much, but there are some shades because of which I really wanted to buy this palette, and let me show them to you. Not that I have experimented a lot with this palette, but yeah. So, do you see that these 3 shades right here? I don't know how much the camera can capture. These are basically eye toppers. Like, you have to lay down a shadow beneath, and you have to go over with this shadow, and it gives such a pretty, you know, look to it. Like, let me try this. Yeah, do you see this? Like, it's so pretty, so pretty. I don't know, the Huda glitters really work well with the fingers, so I completely prefer using them with my fingers. You might use a brush if you're not very comfortable with fingers, but you know, just keeping that out for you. So I completely love the ultraviolet trend going on in this palette, which is why I really wanted to buy it. And moreover, I was so impressed with the quality of the rose gold, which is why I was even more intrigued to buy this particular palette. Well, I got this on the 20% off yearly off of Sephora. So I got this palette for 4,800 from my Insta seller. The page from where I got this one is Makeup Bitten, and the place from where I got these and most of the other Huda Beauty products is called International Makeup _. So you shall find their page on Instagram. They have over 30,000 or 40,000 followers. They have a website now as well. So I got the first palette from them, and this one is from Makeup Bitten. They are a very good Insta page who brings in products to you in less than 10 working days. So you know, I love their service. This is from where I got this. So I talked about two pages, International Makeup and Makeup Bitten. Next they came out with the foundation and the primer. I skipped on buying the primer because this primer is more towards the greasy, oily, moisturizing kinds. When I am oily, I do not like foundations which even more hydrates your skin. Not that I want any more hydration, because my skin is already oily and I get very oily during on my T-zone. So I rather prefer primers which are pore minimizing as well as mattifying, rather not buy anything which is more hydrating, which is why I completely skipped the primer. There was a foundation brush as well, but I prefer using my YBP Perfector or my beauty blender sponges to apply my makeup. I completely do not like using the brush, so I skipped it, and I didn't get very good reviews on the internet as well. So I thought spending so much on that brush would not be a great idea. Rather, I should spend on the foundation. Now talking about the foundation, this is a complete full coverage foundation. I am in the shade Amriti and I am a MAC NC35. This complements my skin perfectly. I completely love the color range they have come out with. Not that they have 40 shades like Fenty Beauty, but they have a considerable amount of shades. But what I'm worried about is I don't know how many shades they would launch in India. So keeping that out there. Now I have an oily skin and this suits my skin very well. I'm not very sure how it would work for the dry skin people. For the dry skin people, I think you would need a moisturizer beneath before you apply this. This has a full coverage foundation with mattifying, hydrating. It's neither very mattifying nor very hydrating. It's somewhere in between, I believe, and that's what I like about this foundation. This is completely very long wearing, and I bought this for 3200 and I bought it from Foreign Makeup India. That's also an Instagram page. I'm going to leave all the Instagram handles in the description box for you to check out if you are not very sure of what Instagram page you should buy this from. This is basically the foundation. How it comes is the container. This is a plastic container but looks very classy, and it's not very heavy but it's not very light as well, so it feels quite luxurious. It comes with a pump. I'm sure all of you will be happy to hear that it comes with a pump, and it retails for $40. I don't know how much NYKAA would retail it for, but I got it for 3200 from Foreign Makeup India. I love this foundation. I completely love it. Let me do a small drop for you to see how much it covers. What should I cover? So I have taken a tiny bit for you to see. So if I put it right here, the tiniest bit covers a lot. It has a fragrance which is very strong and cosmetic-y. Now if you are someone who doesn't like strong fragrances, you might completely skip this one, because the fragrance is completely strong and it lingers around for quite some time after you have applied it and put on more products on top. It still lingers for quite some time. It's quite bothering, but for me, since the coverage and the finish is so good, I look over it and I completely recommend this foundation. So next they came out with 4 small palettes. These come in 9 shades and retails for $26. I got it for $2600 from Makeup Bitten. I got it in the shade Smoky Obsessions. There are 4 more. Like there's one mauve one colorful one is this, and there's another one. I'm not very sure what the other one is. This one is so crazily pigmented. Look at this shade. I barely touched it. And let me do a swatch. See, this is very pigmented, the black, the brown. I completely love using this, and this is so buttery to touch. Like, see, I have barely touched it. Like, I think if you have to buy one palette, if you want to try out the Huda Beauty shades, you can definitely try out the small palette. These are considerably reasonable considering the bigger ones. Yes, this is very tiny. Like, this is very tiny. It's very tiny. You might be disheartened after you look at the size. You can perfectly create a lot of looks with this. You can go only matte, you can go shimmery, you can go bronzy. You can create a lot of shades, and I did not get so there's a warm one as well. So warm palette, smoky palette, mauve obsessions, and a colorful one. So the warm palette is something which I already can find in these palettes. The colorful one I already have Juvia's Place, so I skipped. I really love this color combination. It's such a wonderful array of browns and silvers and golds and blacks. Such a universal palette, so I gave this a try. So I think that is all I have from Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty is a brand, is a wonderful brand, a wonderful influencer. Huda Beauty is basically Huda Katan. She is a beauty influencer on Instagram with has over 17 million Instagram followers. She is someone who basically reposts beautiful work of other makeup artists. She basically, I think, started off like that, and then she has her own brand. I'm so glad that I have a lot of her products before it launched in India, so that I could give you an overview before you spend so much on the brand. So overall, I'm quite satisfied. There's none of the products which I bought from her brand and I was dissatisfied with. All the products are really good, but again, the price point is on the higher end. This is not a reasonable drugstore brand. This is the high-end NYKAA Luxe category. Like, if you like spending on cosmetics and you have a fascination towards it, you have an attraction like I do, I definitely would recommend you try Huda Beauty. I am very excited for the launch. I am looking forward to buying Trendsetter or maybe a lip contour set. Like, they've come out with those lip tints, which are basically lip shaped tints which contain one lip strobe, one lipstick and one lip contour, like a set of 3 with 2 minis and one lip contour that is full size. So I also have that in mind, and I also have in mind to buy a lipstick in the shade Trendsetter. So I'm excited for the launch. I'm sure you're excited for the launch as well. A lot of other people are going crazy about it, and I'm so excited that I could share something, a little something with you which can help you, I believe. So that's all from me. Signing off, this is Shiny. I'm going to see you very soon in my next video. Till then, stay subscribed, stay happy, and do share and like my video if it has helped you or any of your friends in selecting the Huda Beauty items. Thank you so much for watching again. Bye, take care, see you soon.